What is up, guys? It's Swimmer here, back with some more Ultra League action. Today I'm going to be trying out a new team of Escavalier, Alolan Muck, and Cresselia. So this team is really going to take advantage of some of the buffs to Drill Run and Moonblast that are coming in Season 2. So they aren't active yet, but Drill Run is going to have its energy reduced from 55 to 45, and Moonblast is going to be now 60 energy instead of 70, and deal 110 damage instead of 130. But it will also now have a chance to lower your opponent's attack. And Cresselia is so bulky and is going to get to the Moonblast pretty quickly with Psycho Cut that there's quite a good chance of this happening. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So the goal here, knowing that this team is only going to get stronger with Season 2, I'm just trying to learn a little bit about the matchups and how much damage certain charge moves are going to do against certain Pokemon. I really don't know how tanky Escavalier is. I've used Alolan Muck before and Cresselia, but not a lot. So we're really just trying to get a feel for this team before we try and use it in Season 2. So in this first matchup, we come against a Poliwrath, and I think this is a bad matchup for Escavalier, so I'm going to go ahead and go into Cresselia. And my opponent actually is going to drop a charge move here, so this is good for us. We definitely don't need to shield anything that Poliwrath has. So they bring in Giratina now. So going to go for the Moonblasts here. If they go unshielded, they are going to do about 50% of Giratina's health, so that does a big chunk to Giratina there. Don't need to shield their charge moves. They use an Ancient Power, so that means they don't have Shadow Sneak, so that's good for us. Going to go for another Moonblast here. This is either going to be getting a shield or taking out the Giratina. We do get a shield. They're going to drop another charge move here. It's an Ancient Power. So they were really fishing for that boost. This is probably going to be a Dragon Claw, but I am going to shield to make sure that I get to that Moonblast. And I do get to the Moonblast now. This is either going to win switch advantage, or it will get my opponent's second shield. We do get the second shield, so that's pretty good for us. We can now bring in Muck to start getting ahead on energy. No need to shield this. Dragon Claw won't do a ton of damage. And so we're just starting to go for some energy, and then they bring in Poliwrath, so we've got to go into Escavalier. And this is going to be an Ice Punch, so we're going to resist it. No need to shield that. We're able to get the Drill Run off here, but unfortunately I miss a bubble, so I only get the Great, which is going to come back to haunt me. This Dynamic Punch is going to be dealing quite a bit of damage because of my Steel typing. So it doesn't take me out, but then I think I would have been able to counter down if I'd been able to get off that Excellent. So have to shield this in case it's a Dynamic Punch. It's only an Ice Punch, but I am now well ahead on energy with Alolan Muck. Going to do a couple more Snarls and then go for the Dark Pulse. I definitely don't want this Giratina to get off another charge move. So we're able to take out the Giratina, and then it is a Venusaur in the back. So this is pretty good. Going to go for the Dark Pulse here. Probably will do close to 50% of Venusaur's health. And it does, but it did not quite do 50%. So that means I got to go for the Sludge Wave on the second charge move, because I need to make sure that the second charge move takes it out. So I'm going to go for the Sludge Wave, and this will be taking out the Venusaur. If I had only gone for the Dark Pulse, it would have been very close, and they might have been able to get to another Frenzy Plant. So good first match there. Able to dance around the Poliwrath reasonably well. And it seems that Escavalier still had an okay matchup against it, even though I was a little worried about that matchup to begin with. So second one, we come up against a Mewtwo. So I think this is actually going to be okay for Escavalier. If he's able to land a Mega Horn, this is going to deal a lot of damage. And so we do actually get a Mega Horn off. So I was going to try and switch there, not able to. So not going to shield. The Psy Strike is going to be resisted. They switch out into their Swampert, and I'm going to go ahead and shield this Hydro Cannon. I want to save my Escavalier, and then I'm going to swap into my Cresselia. So this should be a winnable matchup. Going to have to watch out for Hydro Cannons. That damage would definitely be adding up. However, they go for an Earthquake, so that's okay. Going for the future sight here. They do invest a shield, so that's fine for us. We're going to be able to get to another future sight here. This charge move won't take us out, so we don't need to shield. We are going for another future sight. They are going to have to shield this, or they're going to let the Swampert go down. They do drop their second shield, so now we're just going to let this charge move take us out. No need to burn a shield here. They would beat us to another charge move anyways. We are going to invest our second shield now. We want to get this Swampert out of there. And going to drop the Mega Horn. And this should be taking out the Swampert without too much problem. We do, and then we're going to swap right away into a Alolan Muck, no matter what they have coming in. So it's the Mewtwo, so we're able to get the Mewtwo out. Registeel's in the back, so Alolan Muck, with that small energy lead that he got, is going to be able to get off 3 Dark Pulses, which is going to be really important. We're going to be able to get the Registeel very, very low, and hopefully be able to counter down with Escavalier. So the second Dark Pulse is coming off here. And then going to get off the third Dark Pulse, and then we're going to swap as soon as we can into Escavalier to hope to farm them down. So we're able to swap now, so we actually swap on the charge move, so this is totally fine, because the Flash Cannon is going to take out Escavalier, but now we're going to be able to farm down for energy. And we're 1 Snarl away from a Dark Pulse on this Mewtwo, and the Dark Pulse is going to be taking out the Mewtwo there. So even though we had been planning to use Escavalier to farm down the Registeel, him absorbing the charge move was also totally fine, because it meant that Alolan Muck could get ahead on energy. Alright, so a good first couple matches, picked up 2 wins, getting into the third match now. And in this third match, we come up against a Registeel on the lead, so this is perfect. Definitely expecting my opponent to switch out, but they're actually staying in, which is interesting. Not going to shield this. I think it's only a Flash Cannon, and it is, so we're going to resist that. And we're going to go ahead and go for Drill Run. So Drill Run is going to be dealing super effective damage if it goes unshielded. It does go unshielded, so that's really good. We're going to be trying to farm him down here. We are going to toss up a shield because I think Focus Blast might take us out, and we want to have loaded energy for whatever comes in. So coming in is a Gyarados. So we're going to go ahead and go for a Mega Horn. We are going to be resisting the Dragon Breath damage from Gyarados, so this is probably okay for us. You can see that Mega Horn did about half of Gyarados' health, even though it was resisted. So they're going to have to shield this Mega Horn, or the Gyarados is going to go down. They do shield. They're going to farm down all the way, and then I'm not sure who I should be bringing in here, so I bring in Cresselia. I know that the Gyarados is going to have Crunch, but I think Cresselia can tank them quite well, and I was worried about a Hydro Pump coming through on the Muck and just taking it out. So does get us to about half health. They swap into their Shiftry, so we're going to go straight for Moonblast. This is going to force them to shield. They do shield now. We're going to swap into Alolan Muck because he's going to be resisting all of Shiftry's moves. So this is Leaf Blade or Foul Play. Neither one's going to do very much damage. You can see not a lot of damage there. Again, another Leaf Blade coming through here. Not going to be a lot of damage. We're going to slightly over-farm since he just used a charge move and then go for the Sludge Wave. And this Sludge Wave is going to take out the Shiftry. Going to be super effective. And then we've got some banked energy there for the Gyarados, and this Dark Pulse is going to be taking him out. So it's definitely a good match for us. I definitely think my opponent should have switched out of the Registeel on the lead, but we were able to take advantage of winning that lead and sort of hold that momentum throughout the match. Okay, getting into the fourth matchup here, and we come up against a Charizard on the lead. So this is the worst lead possible for Escavalier. He's got to get out of there as soon as he can. So we're going to go into Cresselia. I think that's the safer switch. And they're staying in. I'm not going to shield this first Blast Burn. I thought it might be a bait, and I'm going to drop a Future Sight here. This is either going to force a shield or get the Charizard fairly low, and they let it go through. This is really good because Charizard is the biggest threat to me in the back. And now I've got a lot of loaded energy for this Cresselia coming in, so I'm just going to be able to go for Moonblasts. Go for that first Moonblast. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but we're very tanky. Able to get to a second Moonblast here. So we've gotten them to about half health now, so this is pretty good. Not going to shield. And it turns out it's an Aurora Beam, so this is really good because we should be able to get to a third Moonblast on this Cresselia. So we do get to a third Moonblast. So this is going to be getting the Cresselia quite low. And we're going to swap into our Muck, because Muck should be able to farm them down with Snarls. They go ahead and bring in their Charizard. I am going to go and shield this. Blast Burn would deal a lot of damage, but now I'm going to be able to farm Charizard all the way down for energy. So this is really good. I blindly Dark Pulsed there. I think it might have been a little bit smarter to wait and see what Pokemon was coming in. But going to go ahead and drop the Sludge Wave now. Gonna get the shield there. So these charms are adding up quite quickly, but if we can get off a Sludge Wave, it will deal a lot of damage. Sludge Wave goes shielded here. Gonna swap out into Escavalier. The Steel typing is going to resist that charm damage, but we want to shield because we want to preserve the health. And then this is probably going to be a Moonblast, and we're going to be resisting that. So that's great. We're going to be able to farm this Cresselia down all the way for energy. So now we're going to have a lot of stored energy for this Fable when it comes in. So I'm going to drop the Drill Run right away. Going to be dealing neutral damage, able to deal quite a bit to that Clefable, and able to get to a second Drill Run thanks to the farm down on the Cresselia, which is going to take out the Clefable. So definitely a solid match there for us. Could have been really bad coming into the Charizard on the lead, but able to get out of that matchup and then turn the match around there. So getting into the last match now. Hopefully we can go 5 for 5. We won the first 4 with this team, so definitely feeling pretty good. And we come up against a Clefable, so I think this is a pretty neutral matchup. I think if they shield, they'll win because the charm damage will just outpace the counter damage. But if they don't, I think it'll be pretty close. So we're going to go for the Drill Run. They don't shield. And then we're almost at another Drill Run here. We get to the Drill Run, so we're going to shield just to make sure that we get this Drill Run off. The Meteor Mash would probably be taking us out. And we miss a bubble there, so that's not great, but that's okay. They do go ahead and shield, and this is just going to be a race, and they are just able to take us out, so I'm going to come in with Cresselia and just get a little bit ahead on energy. Cresselia, when it's ahead on energy, is pretty dangerous, so it's a Mewtwo coming in. I'm going to swap into Muck just because I want to see what's in their back line. I want to know which Pokemon I should be using a shield on. And it turns out it's a Swampert, so Swampert is definitely going to be dangerous, more dangerous than Mewtwo with that charge move, so I want to use the shield on Swampert, especially because Earthquake would be one-shotting the Muck, so we're able to get to a second Dark Pulse here to get the shield from the Swampert, so that's good for us. And then we might be able to get to a third one, but we actually don't quite get it off. We CMP tie, and they're going to be able to get off the Earthquake here, which is going to take us out. And then, so Cresselia is going to come in. We're going to go for the Future Sight right away. We don't want them to get off a Hydro Cannon because it would deal a fair bit of damage. So now we're a little bit behind on energy, so we're going to be in tough, but I think that this is overall a fairly favorable matchup for Cresselia. So they actually have Earthquake, and this was surprising to me. I was thinking they would have Psy Strike and Dynamic Punch, so we'd be resisting the charge moves. So this is definitely going to be way closer. Getting off the Moonblast is going to be doing nice neutral damage. Getting off a second one here. Going to be getting the Mewtwo quite low. So now it's just going to be a race to see if I can get to a third charge move before they faint me down. I don't think the Earthquake will quite take me out, but it does get me very low, and I think the fusion damage is just going to take me out, and it does. So we were one Psycho Cut away from getting to a Future Sight there, which would have taken out the Mewtwo. But definitely a really good set of 5 matches. Super close on a number of them, especially on that last one. And this is a team that I'm really excited to use in Season 2. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.